Firstly, thank you for inviting us here today.
Thanks for coming.
I know it's been a while in the making, which I'm sure you'll tell us a bit more about.
To build the place.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to finding out more about the journey, the systems that you got, the kit, which I can see is already spectacular. And more about where Steinway Lyngdorf is going to be going in the future.
Yeah, that sounds good. No, thanks for coming. It's been a long journey, but we've got to this stage now, and it's good to have you down and finally see what you've helped us with. You know.
Tell us about the showroom. What have we got here? What's the customer going to experience when they walk through the door?
In short, they have an experience. I think that's a really important thing because, let's face it, we're in an industry of a lot of products, and sometimes from an end user perspective, when they're talking to their dealer about what products to be putting into their projects, it's a minefield. So we wanted somewhere that a client could come with their dealer and have a really kind of concise understanding of what level they want to go to, but at the same time enjoy the experience and feel kind of excited about each area that they go around as they visit that part of the showroom.
So what is it about Lyngdorf Steinway that's so special?
It's got a massive amount of history. I think where we go in our industry of development and how technology changes over the years, to have someone like Peter Lyngdorf involved, owning the big part of our business is a really great thing, because the gentleman just has an engineering mindset that has created some of the most incredible products throughout the years. So having products that are as iconic as they are in our showroom is very special to me, especially because working in the industry and seeing these products for years and years, being part of it and being able to experience it, but also work with dealers and projects, it's a very special thing to me. I
mean, having just walked through the doors, they're pieces of art, aren't they, really?
Yeah.
They're beautiful pieces
100%,
of art.
you've nailed it. You're combining engineering marvels with craftsmen and putting it together with a massive amount of history. And as well, to have Steinway & Sons on the front of these speakers is a big thing that we protect with our lives. You know, it's not just a branding exercise. These speakers really do deliver what Steinway & Sons expect from a product.
So why now? Why the showroom now? What's driven you to this moment in time?
It's really important for us to support dealers. We are a service. Yes, we sell products, we sell speakers, boxes, but it's a service. We need to be able to support the dealer in a way that they can convey to the client what it is that they're intending to do within that project. So for us to have the showroom is a huge asset when it comes to our journey of where we want to go with the brand.
Well, we're going to talk a bit more, but should we go and have a look at it first?
100%.
I'd love to see.
Come and see Charlie. He's going to take you around.
Brilliant. Let's go. So Charlie, do you want to show us around?
Sure. Follow me. So this would be the first area we've got. It's kind of like our meeting room. We call it like our design centre. It's got two systems. We've got like a subsat system and an in-wall speaker system with a TV. And the great thing from here is we wanted somewhere where people can sit down and we can design their room with them. So dealers can come in with plans, or the client can come in with plans, digital or paper. We can sit down, run through, we can bring it all up on the screen. And because we do all the design work as well, we can sit there and go, right, well, did you think about this there?
It's great space.
It works really well. And the nice thing is, again, we can sit down, they don't have to move, and they can listen to something straight away as well. So it's nice and simple, works really well.
So you've got Lyngdorf down here and you've got Steinway upstairs?
Yeah. So we've got the Steinway & Sons products upstairs, and we've kept the Lyngdorf audio products downstairs. They're two very different propositions, two very different price points. So they needed splitting. They do cross over in certain points, but not that much. The thing with Lyngdorf is it's smaller product. It's more lifestyle product as such. So little on walls, in walls, and things like that.
What type of speaker we got here?
So that's our MH3. That's running from one of our little amplifiers and two subwoofers. So that's the thing with Lyngdorf and Steinway is we can deliver complete systems, not just one part of that system. So not just the speaker, not just the subwoofer or the amp. We deliver all three. So yeah, that's works.
And running into the back of that is just standard the audio cables that we supply to you.
Yeah, exactly. So we've got Cat 6 into the back of it and 2-core speaker cable from you guys.
Okay, cool.
And yeah, nice and easy.
Nice. And on the screen here?
Yep. So that is we've got our D500 in walls behind this fabric wall. The great thing with those is they can run full range, so you don't need subwoofers with them. So you can literally just put a pair of in-walls in and that's it.
It looks really smart.
Yeah, it's really simple, and the great looking wall, nice and sweet. We're seeing a lot more people move to just doing media walls as such. Really simple install for the dealers, and they can still look and sound great too.
And where's the wall from?
The wall is from a company called Cinemas, spelled with an S.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
it's really smart.
Nottingham. Yeah, they're really good, and you'll see a few more bits from them
Cool.
around. Cool. Right, then we move over here. This is our lounge. So we're
Smart. It's nice.
It's not bad, is it?
Yeah. It's really nice.
When we moved in, we earmarked it as a lounge.
Yeah.
So it was like, it made sense. We've got, I know it doesn't look much at the moment, but there's a running brook there and things like that. So in the summer, you get water running past, you've got the horses in the field, and it just works really well.
It's also the sort of space that a lot of people will have in their homes, even the modern ones. We've got smaller rooms, with the L-shaped sofas, so you can really get a good feel for it.
We see a lot of barns as well, and it's the same thing in barns. They have kind of like, it's all open plan, but there is always a space like this. So and we've tried to work a way of putting a few different options in here. So we've got things like our MH3s, which are just our on-wall, MH2, our on-wall speakers, running full range, no subwoofers. Then we've got, in the cabinet, we've got a pair of speakers, our CS1s.
Nice.
Again, running from all our electronics. And then we've got our new Q100s, which are our, let's just call them a full-on hi-fi speaker.
Okay.
It's the best way I can word it.
Yeah.
Big jump in technology. It shares a few different components with some other stuff upstairs, and then it's got these purifier drivers, so very different technology there, but this is the latest in low distortion, mid-range drivers.
Are these fully Dolby Atmos?
No, these are hi-fi only.
Okay.
So these are, well, I say hi-fi only, they're predominantly sold in 2-channel hi-fi systems, so mainly just for music. They can move into doing TV and stuff like that. We've got a media room upstairs, and then we've got a cinema downstairs. So we kind of leave the Atmos.
You've kept them separately.
Yeah, we've kept
reason.
it separate
That makes sense.
for a reason. And then we put a little bar in as well, and just so that anyone can come and get a drink and stuff like that. And it's just, again, I'm guessing it's how a lot of people would design their homes. They would have little areas like that. So yeah, it works really well.
Smart, really nice.
Good.
And what we got on the walls here?
So they're MH2s.
Okay.
So they are a very simple on-wall speaker. We normally would sell them with subwoofers, but in here we're actually demoing it without subwoofers, because again we see a lot of people put in-ceiling speakers in. Well, these can easily perform better than the in-ceiling speaker and give you. We're known for our hi-fi products. That's where we're from. So we're all about audio performance. So for £500 retail each, they sound awesome without any subs really.
Nice.
So
I like the awards you've got here as well.
Yes. Yeah, one recent, one from EI Live just gone, and then one from the year before. One's for a pair of speakers you're going to see upstairs. The Model A's best standalone speaker, and the other one is for our little amplifier. So it's a streaming amplifier, so you literally can plug a pair of speakers into it, 2 subwoofers as well, and it's got all your streaming built in as well, so you can just use Tidal Connect, Spotify Connect, AirPlay, anything like that, and there it is, simple as that.
Perfect. So where are we going next?
The cinema, the big one.
Cool.
All right. To start, we've left the Steinway and Sons rack is on show.
Nice.
A lot of people hide racks away, and I do get that. Totally, it's what I would be doing the same. But sometimes it is nice to make a feature of them. So what we've done is we've used the same panels which you're going to see in the cinema on the rack outside.
And built it into the bar.
So a nice simpler way of doing it. We've got enough ventilation in there. It means also things like cable runs are a lot shorter, easier to control.
And what's going into the back?
We've got, well, depending on which speaker you're looking at, because there's multiple different speakers in here, we've got either 4-core, 2-core cables, speaker cable, and then we've got a lot of Cat 6.
Yeah, all the HD based.
Yeah, exactly. And the way our system works with Steinway is actually it runs from the processor to the power amp using Cat 6. It doesn't use an analog connection; it uses a digital connection.
Okay.
So it's AES67. So yeah, it's important to show it as well.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Dealers and clients have got to understand how much space they need to give up, right, as well. We do it from there.
Cool.
But, come on in. After you.
So we're in the cinema room.
We are in the cinema room. Yeah. So it's a fairly standard size for the UK. It's roughly 4 by 6 meters, which is what we see most of the time. We it's not a case of it's the only size. Obviously, there's sometimes bigger, sometimes smaller, but we want we wanted to look at the average size.
Yeah.
And you know, this is what most people convert their garages into. You know, and spare bedrooms are normally roughly this size, or in the loft rooms we're seeing, it's normally around this dimension. So we've been clever with it. You know, it was on the edge of having 2 rows, but instead of forcing 2 rows in, we've done 1 row of seats with a bar at the back, which works really well. That's actually going to change slightly round soon, and we're going to have some proper cinema seating coming in, which we'll sort later on. But in terms of the room, it's been nice panels by the guys at Cinemas everywhere, and all the kit's hidden.
Yeah,
right?
you can see it's nice.
Yeah, it's nice. It's worked really well.
It's very sleek.
The great thing is, even in a room like this, we've managed to fit 2 cinema systems in. So it's not actually 1 cinema, it's 2. Okay. So we've got 1 cinema from Lyngdorf Audio and 1 cinema from Steinway Lyngdorf.
Nice.
And that's great, right? So it means that depending on what clients comes through the door, we can pick the price point of the room.
Is there anyone else in the industry doing that?
I don't think so,
okay.
because it's
so
quite. I'll be honest, it's quite controversial because it means we've had to make compromises.
Yeah.
And cinemas are normally about trying to put in as least compromise as possible. But for us, you know, it was more important to us to show both brands.
Yeah, you're giving the end users a choice.
Yeah, exactly that. And there was no, you know, we all know that the Steinway price point is very different to the Lyngdorf price point. So there is 2 very different price points in here. So it works great. We can show different clients different things. We've got a 130-inch 16:9 screen. Sony projector, Kaleidoscope obviously on show. Yeah. The systems are 7.2.4, both of them. So the Lyngdorf one and the Steinway one are both 7.2.4, which means a lot of speaker cable.
Yeah.
As you can imagine, there are runs and runs and runs of it, because again, every location's got 2 speakers. So,
and what sort of value, would this sort of cinema room sort of cost an individual?
It depends. So the ones we've got in here are obviously slightly higher because we're trying to show the best of the best. I would say kit with us, you're looking at about between 40 and 50,000 retail, and up basically. But even at that 40-50,000 pound mark, that includes processors, power amps, speakers, subwoofers, everything. So it's not just our speaker range and then you go and buy an AVR. That is a full Lyngdorf system, and that is designed properly for this room size as well. So yeah.
And I'm assuming, obviously, since you've been open, you've had plenty of people in here. What's the feedback been like?
It's been pretty good. Yeah, we've been very busy. I won't lie. We opened end of July, and I think me and Simon have been here pretty much every day, apart from maybe one holiday I had and Essential Install Live and stuff like that. But it's been great. The feedback's been awesome. We've had end user demos, dealer demos. You know, we've made people cry, not in a bad way. We haven't been rude to or anything like that. But we've hit the emotions. You know, everyone's walked out with a smile on their face. The whole place is designed so that, you know, we've got nice smells, we've got nice food and drink.
You get that. You get the ambience is right and set.
It's a cool place to come. You know, it's a detached barn. It's 300 years old. It's got some character, as you're going to see when we get upstairs. It's a bit different to what others have done.
Yeah. Oh, it's a great place to come and work. I mean, I bet you guys, once the dealers or some of the end users go home, you're kind of tempted to stay and watch.
Yeah, there's no denying that.
Yeah, 8 o'clock comes by and passes, or I thought.
I live an hour away, so it's not exactly on my doorstep, but I'll happily sit and watch a film before I go home. In fact, I was here on Sunday watching a film.
Brilliant.
So I drove all the way over. But yeah, it's really cool.
Cool. Let's go.
Let's go.
I can already see there's some nice bit of kit here.
Yeah, there is. There's some great bits of kit here. There's this is what we call our OAB area.
Okay.
Right, and that is based on the model names of the speakers. We've got the Model O's.
Yeah.
We've got the Model A's, which is what we just won the award for at EI Live.
Yeah.
And then we've got the Model B's. And the great thing is, we put a spinning chair in. And you can sit and you can listen to all 3 and not move. It's brilliant. So we can show you the differences between the O's, the A's and the B's.
Yeah.
With one button press from us, and all we've got to do is
rotate the chair.
Rotate the chair.
I love it.
It's great. It works really well. So yeah, we do a lot of floor standing. The market's kind of woken up to it again this year, especially.
The thing is, when they look that nice, why not have them on display?
Exactly that. Now we're obviously going to say that, but for us, it's a mix. We see a big mix in the market in people that actually want performance and people that want a statement piece in their homes. So you know, with us, this is like the piano gloss from Steinway and Sons.
Yeah.
When you're seeing gold, like it's plated gold on the non-shiny stuff. On the shiny gold, it's 24 karat gold.
Okay.
So, you know, they're of a level, and people buy them and sometimes never play them ever, and they just look nice and pretty in their homes. Other people will sit and listen to every track under the sun with them. And the great thing is we give them both.
Okay.
We give them that performance and we give them the looks.
Yeah, they look really good.
Yeah, they're great.
And what sort of price points will these be?
So you're looking at Model O's with all your electronics that have to go with them is about 25k retail ex-VAT. These are about 50k ex-VAT, depending on the fit and finish, because we do different finishes.
Yeah.
And then these are about just under 100. Okay, so they're
the big boys.
They're not the biggest. We've still got a bigger pair to go, but yeah, the things with us is generally the price doubles.
Yeah.
But the performance jumps are quite large as well. You know, so things like amplifier power, that pair over there are 400 watts per speaker.
Okay, wow.
This pair's 800 watts per speaker. This pair's 1600 watts per speaker.
So running into the back of that, you're going to increase that cable size.
Yeah,
to
we've
get
got
the current rating.
Yeah, so we use Nutrix speak-on connectors
Yeah.
into each speaker, so there is a limit on what they can hold. I think this is 12 gauge off the top of my head, but these require 2 4-core cables each.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
Yeah,
with that.
you've got a lot of you've got a lot of cables there, a lot of copper strands, should we say. So yeah, these work very well. But again, everything up here is all about audio performance. So for us, having a cable with the thickest gauge and the best quality was important for us.
Was number one, yeah. And I'm looking forward to hearing some of these later.
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
looks good.
We're going to put some interesting tracks on for you.
Cool.
At least.
Where next?
Cool. Straight down, we're going to go right to the bottom first,
Okay.
to the Model Ds. So these are what we would call our halo piece.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, these are fun. These are very, very cool. The story goes, to cut a very long story short, this is the product that got us the contract with Steinway & Sons.
Okay.
Right, so the challenge was for our boss to design a pair of speakers that sound as close to what a piano sounds like as possible. And when you look at the behind on them, they're open baffle, so they actually you can see everything on the back. Right? They're not in a cabinet, effectively. They're an open baffle design, and that gives it the real sound. So it's designed to have no coloration. When a piano plays, it sounds like a piano's playing. There's no extra bass added or extra treble here or whatever else. But yeah, these are
the big ones.
These are the proper ones. Yeah, let's just say that they're about 250-ish retail ex-VAT. They weigh 250 kilos each as well.
Wow.
So there's half a ton sitting there. Yeah, that was fun lifting them
I was going
upstairs.
to say I bet that was great.
That's a story for another day.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're very cool.
Yeah.
Right? They're the ones to have. If
They're
you
the
like.
showstoppers.
They are. They're 2 meters tall. They weigh a ton. Well, half a ton, literal half a ton. And they sound unbelievable. And then we've actually linked it to our iconic remote as well.
Okay.
So this is a 24 karat gold remote control. It's not going to do anything right now because obviously we're not playing anything. But yeah, it's another statement piece.
Yeah.
It sits next to them.
You can imagine it, in some of those big rooms, in those luxury houses or on yachts, or where these are being installed.
Yeah, they just sit there,
nice
drink, listen to good music, turn the volume up and down, away they go.
Brilliant.
Excellent.
Cool.
Last area. This is quite a fun area. Watch head on our low beam, but this is our media room.
Okay.
This is our S15 media room. This is our most popular product with Steinway. These are little one walls, and I say they're little, they're not little in sound. They might be little in size, but performance-wise, they're huge. They really pack a punch. They're on a bit of an open baffle design, so they're designed to sound a lot bigger than what they are. And yeah, they pack a hell of a punch. We'll show you later on, but they are pretty special. And again, they can come in the piano glosses and the golds and whatever else. And again, we've got a nice media wall from the guys at Cinemas, Lerva 75-inch TV, 2 subwoofers. It's a 5.2 configuration.
Okay.
And the great thing with the way we've designed it is it sounds as good for stereo as it does movies. So when you're sitting down and you're just going to listen to a bit of music, it will put up a fight against any of the systems around here. But when you put it into movie mode, it can give you all the bass and everything else.
Ideal for a lounge.
Yeah, exactly what you sell them into. But we sell these a lot into cinemas as well because they're small and discreet.
Really?
Yeah, it's quite surprising. Again, when you hear them, you understand they've got a lot of output for a small box, and in cinema that's kind of a big part of it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
a great idea for if you haven't got the room for a cinema room, having those in a lounge supported with a nice TV.
Exactly that. Media rooms are always compromised versus the cinema. Like if you're looking at purity, but when you're using a product like this, our audio quality is a lot higher than some other options out there, should we say. We can gain back some of that disadvantage. These are very, the detail level is what most people pick out. The vocals, they can hear what everyone's talking about, which is key. It sounds obvious, but it's hard to get right. But yeah, you can make a media room sound awesome these days.
Really nice setup, and what a great showroom you've actually built here.
Thank you.
Congratulations
Thank
on
you
that.
very much.
So, having just gone round, I mean, there's some fantastic pieces.
You enjoyed yourself?
Yeah. I mean, the cinema room, fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, the different zones that you got. I like the way that you split it up. So, tell me a bit more about why you've got it at 2 levels and what you've got on each.
So when Charlie first took on the brand, essentially, I wasn't actually with Steinway at that point, but he had this vision to be able to provide a scalable solution as you go around the showroom. So anyone who comes to the showroom shouldn't be afraid of the fact that they're coming to Steinway & Sons, and Steinway speakers are so expensive, because Lyngdorf as a brand obviously has offerings that go right down to the kind of, I don't want to say entry level, but we are a very good value for money price point proposition for a lot of projects.
Yeah.
So to be able to showcase something as simple as a 2.2 small integrated amplifier service versus a full 300 grand
sitting in
speaker
front
system,
right now.
exactly. It's important that as you go around the showroom, you understand the levels of performance, but also understand that you're getting a massive amount of performance even at the lower price points. So the way that the showroom's been designed, I mean, you've gone round on that tour.
Yeah.
You can see that Lyngdorf is very much focused on downstairs. Steinway, as you go upstairs, is the different areas. So you have the O, the A and the B, so you can rotate round and really understand the difference in the range. And for one, to have different settings that the client can relate to, like a listening environment or a media room environment or a cinema, a lounge, a meeting area, kitchen areas, things like that. So it's to kind of spark inspiration as you go around the place.
And talk to me about the cinema room. There's 2 systems.
There is. Because we can.
I like it. It sounds great.
No, it's a case of we offer Lyngdorf and Steinway. The brand is split, so the offering within Lyngdorf from the custom install perspective is a big push for us in the UK. It's a very big market. There's a lot of great products out there, and Lyngdorf have a very big following when it comes to our processors and our power amps, but we also have a range of custom install speakers, so it was very important for us to have a cinema. But at the same time, from a dealer's perspective, it's really good to showcase the levels of performance that you're going to get from a full Lyngdorf system in a cinema versus a Steinway Lyngdorf system. And of course, there's differences between the two, but we're very proud of what that Lyngdorf system does in that room, and the Steinway is just magic.
Yeah, I mean, having just watched a couple of clips, there's a few people that jumped, which is it's great. The power is there for sure.
Brilliant, that was so funny.
So obviously, one of the reasons why we're here today is we collaborated with yourselves on this building, along with several others, and maybe just to mention who's been part of the journey with you.
Oh gosh, there's been lots. So FS Cables, obviously you guys were extremely kind to work with us with all of the cabling that's gone into this building. We've had support from HD Anywhere when it comes to like HDMI cables and splitters and all of those kind of real infrastructure elements of the rack. AWE were really kind. They helped us out with our Sony projector. Cinemas as a business, so we wanted really nice sort of fabric finishes to media walls and cinemas.
Really
so we've partnered with them and
speakers behind.
of course, that's the thing in our industry. A lot of people want to hide those kind of things, so it's important that what it is hiding it is of a level. So cinemas were really instrumental in this showroom in terms of not just the panels, but actually the physical build. Frameworks and racks and everything like that. So we've had a lot of support, and I think from Charlie and I's perspective, it's been eye-opening to see the kind of, what's the word, like the camaraderie of the industry, and that we've come together again, me and Charlie, we've worked together in the past and we've come back together again and people have wanted to get involved.
It shows what
magic
can be created when
100%.
everyone does pull together.
Exactly.
And obviously having walked around with Charlie, get a better understanding of where we supplied you guys with a lot of the true audio cables,
Yes, you
true
did.
sound speaker cables, and the different sizes are required for the different size speakers.
Yeah, it wasn't as easy as going, there's a drum of
No,
cable,
no,
there was
no,
different
exactly,
requirements
yeah.
for each area.
And then the connectivity with the Cat 6 cables that are obviously
Exactly.
linking back to your rack. So yeah, it's really nice to see it all come together.
Definitely.
And what a fantastic space this
And I have to say,
created.
it was when we were building this place, the biggest challenge that we had was the project management element of it. We've worked with integrators a lot, and we've worked on projects with them, but we've never project managed an entire project. You know, so to have someone like yourself, and it was the way things were delivered, the service that we got, the process from conversation to physical finished install, meant that was a big stress taken away from us. And it's not just about the cable, but it was about the team of people behind it that really helped. So.
And what's the feedback been so far? Obviously, you must have had dealers, some clients already through the doors. You've been open for a little while now. What's the sense? What's the feeling?
It's easy for me to sit here and say that everyone's loved the experience. I mean, the general impression that we're getting from people, especially from when we do receive emails afterwards, is that they've had an absolutely eye-opening experience. They really like the fact that it feels very private here. It's a very quiet area. We're on an equestrian farm. Beautiful kind of scenery around the place.
Horses walking by.
Horses walking by,
very
exactly.
idyllic, yeah.
I love it when you're doing the Model O's sometimes,
Yeah.
because the horse kind of goes out into the background. It's great, but yeah, it's been really positive feedback, and I think from our perspective that was really important, because yes, we sell to the end user from the big umbrella marketing front of the business, but our customers are our dealers, and our dealers need to feel that they're getting the service that they should from a brand like ourselves. So to have that feedback from our peers has been really good.
Plans for another?
Plans for sub kind of showrooms, so placement of products. So we've got some great relationships with some of our dealers, like I'll mention him, Steve Webber from Danish Audio Company. He's recently placed a demo pair of the Model O's into the barn by Chrono 24. So Chrono 24 are a huge watch outfit worldwide, and they have this beautiful barn where clients will go. They're buying God, I think they hold the record now for the most expensive watch sold. It was like 1.8 million in the UK. It was
Small
crazy.
change?
Yeah, small change. But in that room, which is called the safe deposit, there is a Steinway pair of speakers. So he's got a relationship with them, and obviously he's cleverly placed products. So I think that's a really nice approach, because it's that connective marketing. Clients that are into the finer things in life, for example, a nice watch, will be seeing a Steinway & Son speaker system. So it's clever placement.
And you've won an award. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, we did. That was fun. The Model A.
Okay.
So within the Steinway & Sons range, you have the statement pieces. We have the custom install elements for the cinema, but the statement pieces are what people really kind of relate to, in that they're named after the piano. So we have a Model S piano, you have a Model S speaker, and so on. So the Model A it's just over there. You heard it earlier.
Yeah, really
It's
nice.
powerful.
Yeah.
It's just such a versatile speaker. It can have any kind of music thrown at it. It doesn't kind of have to be jazz that you listen to on these kind of things. And it just combines kind of the trouble that integrators have with placing things like that in rooms. You know, it can go right up against a wall, which is perfect for space saving, especially in some of these like London apartments where real estate is really important. So having something that's so highly spec'd in terms of performance, but also kind of sympathetic to the room itself, means that it's been quite a popular speaker.
Well, obviously they're synonymous with the piano.
Definitely.
But actually the sound quality when you're playing modern day tracks, dance tracks, which you heard today, is absolutely fantastic.
Bit of David Guetta.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you could feel that going through you. I mean, it is really good. Yeah, high quality and super crisp.
Definitely.
So
For those statement pieces, though, that it was really important that the cabling that we had to those areas, because the way that this showroom is broken down is that we have a rack room centralised downstairs that has the longest runs of cables. So we have a rack outside the cinema as well, which is more local to that area. But the whole top floor is run from one centralised place. So there's some really long cable runs. So having the right gauge specified from.
Yeah, some of those are 4 core, 12 gauge.
They're big cables, they're big, solid, good quality copper cables. So in terms of that material that's gone into that, we needed to guarantee that we're going to get that level of performance over there.
You've achieved it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, you helped spec it, so
right.
you did well. But no, it's been great to have that award for the Model A.
Yeah, and obviously as a cable and connectivity company, FS Cables is now part of the Shoal Group, and we're supplying a variety of cables to the home automation AV industry. Why is it important for you that your dealers are using the right cables to connect up with these obviously fantastic piece of art, but also fantastic sound quality that comes through these Steinway Lyngdorf speakers?
Well, it's really important because the amount of engineering that's gone into developing that product, you know, and the physical element of that install, you know, you can't alter physics. If something needs to send a signal over a long distance, it needs to have a cable that is capable of doing that. And there's certain tolerances that you need to be aware of when designing systems, which is why we have such good integrators in the country that have such good understanding of that, because you can get it very wrong. You know, we do actually put into our user manuals for certain speakers what recommended thicknesses of cables for different runs are, just so that we can protect the fact that we've at least advised on that element of it. But yeah, it's extremely important to make sure that you're not just specifying a piece of kit because it on paper says it's great. There's a lot of what goes on in the background that helps it to get to that point. So it's extremely important to make sure that you're specifying the right product in that way. So you guys have come down today and you've been extremely kind in doing what you've done to collaborate with us with this showroom. You know, you didn't just supply us with a couple of drums of cable and that was it. You were instrumental in how this infrastructure at the back end of our showroom went together. So what was it, I suppose, about us that made you want to be that generous, I suppose, is the question?
I think for us it's about positioning, and FS Cables, part of the Shoal Group, has always been seen to be a company that has high quality products sold at a reasonable price into the market, but more at the premium end of the industry. You know, we're not a budget supplier. If you buy an FS Cables product, it has a printed legend that will either carry our name or the true brand, the test reports, the data sheets, the boxes. It's all part of that wrapped up package. And for us, Steinway Lyngdorf sits in that same premium end, but with a product that's fit for purpose. And I think collaborating together just brings those two brands closer. And for us, it just felt like the right time to do that, the right fit for the business.
Brilliant. I mean, that timing was perfect for us as well. And I think when Charlie and I were building this place, there was a lot of kind of people that we've met along the way that have really helped that process. So the fact that you were at that point as well was really, really good, because the outcome that we've had from that has been spectacular. So yeah, thank you for collaborating.
No, thank you. And you know, when you're bringing your dealers here now to actually immerse them in the sound that you've got, I think it's, you know, make everyone aware of that we can work together, and we're here to support you, to support your dealers, and you know, on their installs. Because for us, seeing these pieces of equipment installed in other people's buildings, knowing that our cables have connected and they're going to get that crisp sound quality that you can hear and see today, yeah, that's all we care about at the end of the day.
Brilliant.
Thank you.
Thank you.